Okay, it's time to talk about a fire-style project that failed, a jet fighter named the F-20 Tigershark. In the late 1970s, Northrop built the F-20 based on their highly successful, low-cost F-5 jet. The U.S. Navy aggressor squadrons still fly the F-5 today, and it's been in use throughout the world for a pretty long time. The F-20 was intended to be a simple export fighter based on the F-5. It was about half the cost of an F-16, which was itself a low-cost fighter jet, and Northrop rolled out the first F-20 in just 32 months, 1 month ahead of schedule. A pilot could get qualified to fly the F-20 in about 2 days in the simulator. Here's why this was a failure. Northrop didn't sell a single one. Why? Well, it turns out under the Carter administration, the F-16 Falcon was not available for sale to our allies. When Reagan was elected, he changed the export policy, and everybody bought F-16s because they could. So the F-20 failed because it was simple, because it was inexpensive, because it was easy to maintain, easy to fly, easy to operate. Never mind that the F-16 was literally overkill. It cost more, it was harder to fly, harder to maintain, while the F-20 was more affordable and better aligned with the actual needs of our allies in various countries. But the F-16 is what the big boys flew, so it's what everybody wanted. It's what they all bought. The problem is that Northrop was offering a simple, low-cost solution to customers who did not value simplicity and did not value thrift. They wanted high-tech rather than something that was affordable and effective. So what we see here is a misalignment between the offering and the customer's values. The lesson for us is that when we talk about fire and values and speed and thrift and simplicity, this is something we need to do with the customer, not to the customer. It needs to be part of an ongoing conversation where we understand what the customer actually values. And if they don't value speed, thrift, and simplicity, we shouldn't be surprised when they decide to pay more and get a system that does more than they need, is harder to use, harder to maintain, even though that maybe wasn't in their best interest. And so speed, thrift, and simplicity oftentimes are in the customer's best interests, which is why it's so important to have that conversation, to share some of the data with them, and to ask some leading questions and say, is it important and good for you to have a system that is available when we need it and affordable and effective when you use it? Or do they value something different? Do they value complexity? Do they value high tech? Do they value other things? So by having that conversation, we bring these issues to light, and we can make sure that what we're offering is better in line with what the customer actually values.